Hello everyone, it's me Clayton. I just finished watching Thelma the Unicorn, directed by the directors of Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre, and based on a book by Aaron Blabey, who happens to be the exact same author behind The Bad Guys. So, since I'm a big fan of that DreamWorks film based on his work, naturally having an animated film based on one of his other children's books sounded like a pretty good idea on paper. And while there is some animated fun to be had and a few entertaining songs, it does feel like this one is one of Aaron Blabey's lesser works. Let's get to the story, shall we? The story revolves around Thelma, played by Brittany Howard, in her very first animated vocal performance. She's a farm pony who basically wishes to become a major pop sensation, but she's never taken seriously because she lacks the charisma and the look that most talent agents are looking for. But when she ends up being covered in paint and glitter, and she has basically a carrot on her head that looks like a unicorn horn, she basically manages to trick a bunch of people into thinking that she actually is a unicorn. So now she has the look and the charisma that she needs to become a major music star. Alongside her bandmates, Otis, played by Will Forte, and Alama, played by John Heater, though they ultimately get passed up by a talent agent named Vic Diamond, played by Jermaine Clement. You see, he only wants Thelma to be the big star, and while he gives her his three C's of success, one of which isn't even one that starts with a C, we see that Thelma realizes more and more that you have to be genuine to yourself and you can't live a lie for the success to go on. So, yeah, it's basically a big liar revealed story, but it's also one that has most of the characters figure out that it's a lie from the start, considering that, for example, it uses those cliches for a lot of genuinely funny commentary with Hollywood and the music industry in general. Like Thelma tells Vic that she's actually a pony, and he genuinely doesn't care because most pop stars have a lot of lies and a lot of secrets go about in their lives. Why do you think tabloid journalism exists? So that's some of the satire humor does genuinely work when it comes down to it. But there is a lot of gross out humor and lowbrow gags too, and a lot of that stuff really isn't that funny. Granted, there's a lot of animated films that have a bit of that, but this one really goes overboard with it sometimes to the point where it feels like part of the script was written by the Nacho Libre quality of writing, and then the other is done with the Napoleon Dynamite level of writing, which is kind of funny since John Heater was Napoleon Dynamite himself. What I mean is, there are parts of the script that are genuinely funny, and even a few songs that I genuinely think are kind of catchy, but then some other ones that will be stuck in your head for the wrong reasons, and humor that's so lowbrow and so essentially toilet humor that you wish you could forget you even saw that. So it's really hard to recommend this film, especially considering that for every good thing that's in the film, there's something that makes you regret watching it. But at the same time, it is geared towards little kids, so I do think they'll get a lot out of it. But for the adults who are watching it themselves, I don't think they'll have the same interest in it. The Bad Guys, while it certainly had its lowbrow gags and certainly was directed towards kids as well, it made sure to make the story interesting enough and the characters intriguing enough to make the story work for kids and adults. Here, it really feels like the adults would have to force themselves through it. But the film is also pretty short at only 83 minutes. So even if you don't like the film, it doesn't last too long, and it feels like it knows exactly what it is, even if it's something that's been done before. So I can't exactly say it's a total loss of time, but maybe Aaron Blabey's works really only work well when the right people work on them. So that's why I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. See you next time.